Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but until there's something to watch or do, there's no reason to make repetitive videos. So, first of all, I want you to look at the four first tickers you see on my chart. First two is perp, second two is CME futures. Quickly look at the disparity in price. Ethereum closed at 1950 and right now it's at 1917. Bitcoin closed at 30,680 and right now it's at 30,500. Obviously there's more of a gap that we can possibly look for into CME Open today on ETH than there is on Bitcoin, meaning scalping a long from as low as we can go before CME opens for a reversion to the mean trade into that 1950 before actual downside comes. So that way the market does not have a gap on CME. Now we'll look at this a little bit later, but first of all, today I'm gonna go over, well, we can quickly do Dixie and then I'll go over Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily on Dixie. So here is Dixie on a daily. We came into the resistance we were looking for, that 103.50, 103.60 level. Unfortunately, the first tap into that level turned into a resistance, and that's okay. What we are kind of putting out on the chart, I'll show you. Sorry for the background noise. We have this low, we have this high, we have this higher low, and now we have this lower high. Prices obviously tightening up in the Dixie formation into a triangle-like consolidation pattern, waiting for it to either break up or down. That's what we're going to find out as the price either open and closes above 103.60 or we lose that 102.50 level and then we actually go test into the bottom of the triangle near 101. This is what we will be looking out for next week. Keep in mind that we have a shortened trading period on this week coming up. Tuesday is 4th of July, so we're not going to be trading full force on Monday. But Monday can be a little bit of volatility with people jockeying for position because they are big institutions that are supposed to be selling off their alts this weekend. It might trickle into the open on Tuesday. Now, another thing is next week we have, not next week, but the week after that, we will have Fed start discussing interest rate increase for this quarter, for this meeting. And more than likely, they're looking at two consecutive increases. But most recent inflation report showed that inflation was not that bad. And that's kind of what gave people hope that the Fed won't increase. And we got that rally in stocks because it's not priced in that the Fed won't increase. Now, if the Fed does increase, which they said they would, even though we got that low inflation report, that will cause, obviously, a price in, right? So if they cut, you should see downside because people are pricing in that they're not. So just keep in mind that dynamic moving forward. I want to quickly show you the weekly on Dixie as well, okay? Because the lower high, higher low scenario, I wanted to point it out. You can see it here too. See, here's your lower. That was your first low. Let me turn off the drawing. This level here was your low, okay? This level right here. This was your first low that everything started the trend on. And then here is your high over here, right over here, okay? Let me do that in red. Let me do this one in green. That is what set the range for this entire consolidation pattern. Okay, now if you remove this, you remove this, you remove this yellow, okay, move this orange and all this other drawings that I did for you guys. Can you see what we're looking at now? We are trying to basically front run this consolidation in this up, down pattern. Now it's tightening, but the thing is the lows are getting up, even though the highs are getting lower. After a big drop, this consolidation pattern can continue back down, okay? That's how it usually goes. But I'm hoping that on a larger time frame, we are being accumulated here, and I'm looking for that higher representation of the equity. I'll show you on monthly. So here's on monthly. On a weekly and daily, it looks like, oh, we can go down and, be very, we won't be surprised if we go to 97 and 94. But if you go to a monthly is showing you that we have been on a nice uptrend for a long time, and this is just the first consolidation level. If you look left, you see this red dotted line. You can see that that's why this is major support in my opinion. I am looking for this to actually become support in a long time frame, and it is a bullish order block that we are finding a little bit of consolidation or resistance here. But once this breaks out, I'm looking for that 107 and even higher. Like if I was to pull a fib of this consolidation, I would be looking for targets. That's not even a nice pull. I will be looking for this. Look at the resistance, like how the fib caught this resistance at this level near 113. Well, once we claim this support here and we confirm it, and then we claim back this 1.13, my next natural target is $1.128 on DXY. Now I know that is, you know, it's not easy to swallow that, but if you do it another way from this consolidation, you still have those same levels marked. You see, it marked with this level. You made a lower consolidation. That's why when we pulled it from this, we got this level. And now what we're doing is we're basically consolidating between this 1.618, which actually marks this bottom pretty accurately. Do you see this 1.618 is at 101 and change or whatever? Well, it's marking it perfectly. And then next target naturally will be this 121. This is the lower high in this sequence. But you can see you're clearly making higher lows. So is this a bear flag? Is this an ascending channel? Stuff like that. You can hypothesize as to whatever your trading theory is. But I just wanted you to guys get that first, knowing that these levels I'm giving you on larger time frames are very real. I was looking at this monthly and I'm just seeing like an inverse head and shoulder. And we just made that Quasimodo shoulder for this breakout to occur. And if you do this like a normal human being and not as crude as I did it, the measured move would be something like that. If I take off the drawing, you should be looking at something like this into this 140 eventually. And this is a monthly, so I mean this could take a year or so, but the point of the matter is this is what I'm looking at. This is how I'm approaching this. What you want to do, you can do. I just wanted to show you statistically with TA, like why I'm looking at that direction and why I'm considering that possibility of it continuing up to those higher levels. Now that we're done with this, let me go to the daily of Bitcoin CME. Okay, I'm not going to do perps today. I'll do perps on another video, maybe like Monday or Tuesday. But I want you to see that perps is what all the institutions that are starting this ETF with, they're going to be looking at the CME of Bitcoin. Okay, that's going to be one of their main avenues for accumulating, selling, blah, 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 blah for their ETF. So right now on this weekly, you can see this fib pull from the bottom. It's telling you should have major resistance at 32,115. And obviously we are getting all that resistance right here at around 31,890. Now, if we find support over here at 28,300, that is very good for continuation to the upside. Now, as you can see on CME, as we are going in this uptrend, okay, and I freaking hate on this uptrend, okay, this tight channel, you are starting to put a head and shoulder into RSI. Okay, so this is probably the best possible short you can take for a take profit into this 25.5 and then maybe even this 23.5. So you have a stop loss above 32,250. Okay, let's just say 32,250 is your stop loss for your short, and you will have a TP of what, when this breaks down, it'll go like a zigzag like this, right? So you're gonna have you're gonna hold this trade for a while, and you're gonna be managing the reset of the oscillator coming down to maybe average. And my first TP would be right here at 28,000. Then I would go to the lower 26.7, 26.5, and then I will go for the 200. But this is all very, very logical in my opinion, and you should like very much plan for this to happen because it will be fast move down. It's gonna trap all the longs from here and here as it flushes down, comes back to test the golden pocket to do an inverse head and shoulder if it wants to do something like that. So just giving you the heads up that DXY looking for upside means Bitcoin, ETH, tech stocks should be very cautious of the downside possibility. And the downside is perfect for the market maker to take a bunch of liquidity out of retail who've been buying this up for the last few weeks of this Bitcoin ETF. And now Bitcoin ETF news said, hey, they don't have enough for the filing to pass. And you instantly saw that sell off on Friday. So how ironic is getting everyone excited and FOMOing in, even YouTubers showing you $2 million profits and stuff while we're here. And then ETF news comes out, which is why everyone was buying in. Of course, you should be expecting a little bit of a slapdown. That's just logical. Here's the daily on CME. It's basically saying that it's wanting to open and go down. You have a nice little doji on this daily close. The good thing is that it's closing above 30,300. If you get that 4-hour open and close underneath 30,300, you should be ready for that 28.8 to come and test into next week. Next week will be basically finding support confirmation for a continuation upside the week after if the Fed interest rate news comes out properly. Cool. That's basically the gist I wanted to get at. And let me go now to ETH. So ETH looks much stronger than Bitcoin. As you can see, here's Bitcoin. It's obviously above its EMA resistance, this pink line, and it's like looking healthy. But if I was not to look at the EMAs and I just look at candles, it looks like ETH is the stronger one. But now that I look at it, wow, ETH is actually much weaker than Bitcoin. On a daily time frame, ETH is much, much weaker than Bitcoin. So it has possibility for a much, much higher move up, due to the fact that it has yet to even test into this pink EMA resistance around 2030 or 2000-ish. And then once it claims this, it's going to probably leg on up to the next level. I have the level over here at 2088 as the first level that I should be taking profit on if I'm scalping longs off of 1750. I want to take my profit around 2000 to 2100. And then I will be aiming for that 2740 after that level is claimed. Right now, why we're finding so much resistance here is if you look left, it's from the most recent high. We are basically sitting on the fib of it. So if we can basically break through this 1913 and then have that daily open and close above 1913, we should be looking for an easy path up to that 2000 and then even higher. And right now we're at 1950, basically right above that fib. So we just need to hold that for another daily open and close, and we can look for that continuation float on up. So yeah, going to the weekly, you can see ETH is pretty much bottoming out. All the EMAs right now are converging. This is a good consolidation zone. That's why the EMAs are converging. If the 21 EMA, which is at around 1788, can open and close above 1810, you should be looking for the next leg up on ETH, going straight into this 2150 level. And that's what we're looking for on perps as well. So perps and futures are telling you the same thing. Look for possible upside into resistance for a short. Bitcoin is stronger than ETH. ETH probably has a little bit room to run into that 2150 before that slapdown. But if Bitcoin takes the reverse first, you will see ETH drag down even harder because it is right now a little bit weaker than Bitcoin. And that's probably because people are stocking up Bitcoin for the ETF over ETH, which, you know, we already have the staking situation occur. So, I mean, those people already have their ETH bought and held. So that's basically the gist of what I'm trying to get at, guys. Next week, we're going to have a low volume week into the close. And then next week after that, after the holiday week, we shall be basically starting to jock for position for what we should expect CME to do. This 4th of July weekend, any reports that will come out will give us a little bit of clue towards that goal. But the fact that ECB increased last round and US held still, I'm going to assume that they are going to increase this round and not hold still to keep that peg alive. Aside from that, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the comment section below. All you members, thank you so much for your love and support. It's because of you guys I'm going to keep these videos private for the next month and see how that goes. If anyone wants to join members, feel free to invite them. If you want to share this video with anyone, feel free to do that. I mean, that is something that I'm going to let you guys dictate as to who you want to share, so you can get front run by your friends instead of me. Aside from that, please leave a like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications so we can get this thing off the ground. This year, I'm trying to break that 1,000 and try to get YouTube to actually pay me for these videos. And yeah, aside from that, guys, if you want to join on the Discord for a live this weekend, let's DM me and we can set up a time and we can all meet up. It's only me, you, Cut Corners, Moolah, and Cody. And I think Sarah's going to join. I'll actually message her later. But if she does, we'll all have a nice small session to go over whatever you guys would like. So I hope to see you guys there. We'll set the time and make a little event tab so whoever wants to join can join. And I hope you guys have a great 4th of July weekend. Be safe. Don't blow your hands out with shitty fireworks. Yeah, and trade carefully. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Thank you for your time.